Hello guys, my name is Kaustubh Agrahari and I today making the video regarding to the questions that you guys sent to me. I'm really sorry that I posted the live session link a little bit late, that I posted on Friday I feel, and because of the time zone constraint I feel like many of you guys might have not seen it or couldn't attend. That's the reason. So that's why I thought to make this video where I wanted to talk about and tell you my views with my experience on that. So before we go into these question answers, let me just introduce myself. So once again, my name is Kaustubh Agrahari. I came to United States in 2017. I pursued my master's in computer science from University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and then I got interviewed last year many companies, and then finally I chose Amazon. So right now I'm working as a software development engineer at Amazon. So pretty much that's it. And yes, I am a little bit nervous to make this video, so you might find me blabbering or something, but then I really apologize for that beforehand, and please ignore that. Uh, so today, which questions we should start? Okay, let me start from the first. So Kaushik Jadhav says profile evaluation. I'm not sure what he mean over here, profile evaluation, but I would say if you wanted me to evaluate your profile, I'm not sure that what you meant, or you wanted to know about how the profile evaluation is done or what, I don't know. But I would say, even though if you ask 10 different guys about profile evaluation, you'll find 10 different results. So what I would suggest you is EOD, you might get confused with those things. I would say do your own research. It's better to do your own research, because you're going to spend time on that, and that time is going to help you to decide which university you should go and apply. You should check out all those universities that are inclined with your interest and your field. I'm not sure which course that you're going to apply, but any course, but still you should go and check out the universities. There is one more question where somebody asked me, okay, it's Kavya Malhotra asking how should I choose the university. So I feel like I'll just answer both of them right now. So choosing the university and is also similar to somewhat the profile evaluation question, I would say. So whenever you go and choose university is should be depending upon what is your interest, what kind of course that you are looking for, and how good is that university in that course. Every university has their some of these specializations. Some universities are good in MIS, some universities are good in business, some good universities are good in CS. So I would say, like, if you are choosing a university, check out their webpage, check out your coursework, check out what are the subjects that they are providing, check out what you are also like what you are planning to do after doing your masters. Because if you're planning to do ML, or if you want to be an ML engineer, if you want to be a AI engineer afterwards, then you should choose a university where they have a good resource, good professors in that field. So check out that. That is important. Check out what are the research projects that are going on in that university, because that is also somewhere is really critical. When you get to a university with a good research work under some professors, you might to approach to the professors, and then where you can get great in-depth knowledge. You can try many things in practical work with the professor, so you'll get more knowledge, and you can put those things in your resume, and that will help you at the landing a good job. So I would say check out with your interest, and then check out the projects that are being done by that professor under a particular university, and see if you can apply to that university, if you can get that or not. Many more things are about to talk about on that. I would say I'm not sure what kind of information that you were looking for in this, but these are the things I would say. Like, do your own research. Always choose the university that you would like to go, and that your university is good. Unless you're just thinking that you just want to come into United States, because that is something a different view. If you want to earn something after your degree, if you want to learn something from the university, you should choose wisely. Uh, so let's go to the next question, which is Remy Ghosh. and asking that is it right that location is over ranking. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what exactly you mean, but if you meant that a person should choose location or a person should choose ranking of the university, so actually I would say uh, it depends upon person to person view. But then yes, location is somewhere plays a good role when you are looking for jobs after your internship after your masters or during your masters. You if you're at a location, if you're at a good location, that means if you at a location where you have lot many companies around the university or nearby to that place, then you will have a good options, like you will get a good chance to get interviewed at. Usually mid-scale and the small scale companies, those they prefer the candidates from nearby so that it becomes easier for them to interview you in person. So that is something that they prefer. And also when they interview anyone from a far distance, they have to pay money for that person calling it to the for an online, actually on-site interview, and calling for the relocation if they offer, and all those expenses. Just to minimize all those things for small scale and medium scale companies, they prefer candidates from nearby. So I would suggest, if that is your goal, that you might increase your chances. But those large companies, the big giant companies, they are not much into like from where the candidate is. They would usually, if your resume gets through their system, then it is easy to call you to get a call. Um, so yes, somewhere location matters, and also if your university's ranking is really good, then you will end up getting many on-campus companies. But yeah, if the ranking is low, then some or the other way you might find it a bottleneck, and also if it is not at a good location, then you might find a bottleneck to get a job in internships. So yeah, that's where it would matter a lot, but not for big companies, because they do not, the location doesn't matter for them. I would talk about how you should prepare for that, for your resume, and for your how you should prepare for the interviews and all in later videos. But then should be that much. I made some mistakes during my masters, because of which I couldn't land up a good internship. So I would share that those things as well with you guys, so that you guys can make a benefit with that, and then you guys can avoid all those mistakes. So yes, let's keep it for that a different video, and for this time let's just try to cover that. Yes, so for this question, yes, somewhere it matters a lot over ranking, because, and also yes, companies do not matter much about the from which university you are, if your resume is really good, because your resume is something that represents yourself. So if your resume can get through the system, and from their system, filtering, and if the resume reaches to an HR, then it doesn't matter from which location, from which place you are, and that is for the large companies, not for the medium and large small scale companies. So yes, finally I feel like I've covered that much. That should be enough to answer you. Okay, so next question is by Sudhir Garg, and he asks, how is the job prospects after doing MS in CS? I would say over here it is a little bit competitive. Actually, it's competitive everywhere for computer science guys, but there are many jobs. I would say many companies have many open positions, which but they lack candidates. Right now, even in all the big companies, they have many positions open, but then they are looking for some quality candidate. Then that's why most of the times many of the candidates are rejected, but then positions are still vacant. So I would say you have a good chance if your algorithm is good, if your data structures is good, if your programming skill is good, all these things are good, then it will be a little bit easy for you to get into this job. So I'll tell you about how to prepare for those things in different video, where it will become easy, because I had a good experience when I was applying for the jobs after my masters last year. and I had been through a tough time then. So I feel like that if I share those things, it might become easier. It will be helpful for you guys. So let's keep it that way. Make it a different video. But yes, there are many options. Many positions are there with different companies. Uh, Next is Achal Rohira asks, I am planning on working as a solution architect at AWS in future. I want to do my masters, but I have no idea in which field of masters will it help me to get into this profile. Any suggestions? Okay, so Achal, I would say for being as a solution architect, actually solution architect, mostly the role responsibility is related to the finding a solution with the understanding of the system. So if you have a good knowledge of the systems, of how the development tool works, how what kind of development tools, what are different servers, what are different databases, if some client customer is there, and then how would you solve their problems of their applications of their company with different optimal solutions for technology, not really with programming. So for you, I would suggest like programming is not much included for solution architect. So you guys don't do much coding. So for CS is not something a good option for you. But yes, you can choose MIS or business administration or IT. Yeah, MS and IT also is a good option. So MIS and MSIT would be a good option for you, because MIS also deals with the little bit of coding and also deals with different managerial skills which you need during the solution architect. And also solution architect is a position, it roles varies with the team. So with company, which team that you are going into, it depends upon that what kind of role that you will be getting into, what are the responsibilities that you will be getting. So overall, in general, I feel for you guys, MIS and MIT or business administration would be a good option for you, like choosing these courses. So explore on that, do a little bit research with the universities, check out the courses, and on these course, check out the subjects, what they are providing, and then you might be able to get into it. And yes, that's it. Uh, Next is the Neeraj. He asks scope for after master's studies in engineering and Cornell-Tech ECE. Okay, actually, so Cornell-Tech is actually one of the really good engineering university. I feel like it's ranked number 14 somewhere. It's like one of the best engineering university. So you are already like trying to get into a university which is within the top 20 university. So I feel like that's a really good chance. If you get into those, if you're getting into those universities, I feel like you'll be having many on-campus companies, and many companies would already be having a good image of the university, so you will already have a good background of the university name. So I'm sure that you will be it will become easy for you to get into the company or get into calls. So for you, the scope is really good. You can get into positions like structural engineer, product engineer, product manager, system engineer. All those things are there. But yes, it depends upon what kind of responsibilities the company has to provide on that. So you have to do a little bit research on what kind of courses that are being offered again for that particular university, and that's what are the subjects that are being offered, and the companies that you are targeting to. So there are companies like all those big giant companies. They might be having these roles like structural engineer, design engineer, product engineer. Those roles, I'm sure that you might be not looking for all these three roles. You'll be sticking with one or two. You have to decide like which position that you're looking for, and then you should decide like you should go on their website, on their company's website, see what are the responsibilities that they have, go through with the job profile, then you can get an idea, and with that that will help you what are the subjects that you need to prepare for that kind of jobs. So I would say Cornell-Tech, it's really good university. So you have an option for that, I would say. So next is Next is Aniket Gupta asking for can you please throw some light on MS in MIS? So, and does it offer same opportunities as compared to people doing MS in CS? Okay, so MS and MIS is something. MIS courses teaches a kind of a mixture of managerial skills as well as the programming skills. So programming is not that deep in MIS. They tell you about, they give you assignments, they give you some small projects, but it is not that deep. So programming is something you have an idea, you'll get an idea, but not in deep. The second is the managerial things. You'll get an exposure to how managerial things work. There are many subjects. I'm not from the MIS course, but then I have this much of idea. But I'm sure that if you check out the MIS courses of the different universities, you'll get an idea of what subjects that they're teaching. But then for CS, I would say it's different. Like CS are more focused towards the programming, towards the building and applications thing. So CS guys, they have a subject called as operating system, then architecture, computer architecture, and then algorithms. Usually, the most important subject is algorithm for the CS guys, and for that's why when you go for the interviews. Algorithms is something where they will try to judge you. They'll try to see how you are approaching the question, how you are trying to solve a question, how what kind of solution that you are going to provide to them for a problem. So that is important. So I would say that's a little bit different. Both of them are different areas. CS doesn't deal much on the managerial thing, but it deals more of the technical and programming things. This part, MIS teaches you both of the thing, but it's a mixture. It's not deep. So that's why most of the guys for the software development engineer position, they or those companies, those who want to hire for software development engineer, they look for the computer science guys, then MIS guys. MIS guys go for the system analyst or any analyst position or different positions. I'm not sure which positions exactly, but yes, one of my friend who did MIS is now working as a system analyst. So yes, that's what I would say. Your second question is, does previous work experience helps a candidate or freshers are equally treated? And that's a really good question. Usually those who have already have an experience in India and then they come over here, before coming they already have that kind of thinking like, will I get an opportunity, will this experience matters or not, and many of them who after completed their undergrad, they feel like, should I go for the job or get an experience and then go for masters, or should I go for masters right now? So that's a good question, I would say. So let me tell you about my view on that. I would say if you have an experience of 3 or 3.5 years of experience, it is going to be treated mostly with the fresher. So you guys are going to be treated mostly equal. You might get preference over the fresher if you are at an interview, but only when you have provided or showcase yourself equally to the one who is fresher. So during the interview for CS guys, they check you more on the algorithms and the data structures and your programming skills, your thinking analogy. So more analytical thinking, that is more important for you guys. So if you can show more equally with the fresher, then your experience will come into picture. But usually they consider you both with the 3 years of experience or 3.5 years of experience with the fresher. If you have 4 years or 4 years plus experience, like around 5 years of experience, then that is really worth actually. So they usually consider you for the next level in the software development position or any other position. They will consider you that. The next question from Shweta Gurudev and asking for, is it right if I apply through Kaplan to Arizona State University for MS in CS? Will I be asked to take one extra course if I apply via Kaplan International Pathways? Okay, Shweta, this question is a little bit very much specific to the Arizona State University, and I am not from Arizona University, so I'm really sorry, I cannot comment much on this, but I would say that If you, any of you guys who are from the, and you know, ASU actually, who is from the ASU and are currently watching this video, please comment on this question, and so that Shweta can get benefited with it. I'm not sure how about this anything. Um, I have one friend who is in an ASU. Let me speak with him and let me see if I can get his view on this. The next question is by Ankita Sharma, and is it easy to get a job after MS? What is the current situation? So I would say after MS, getting a job is something is like is always going to be tough if you're not prepared well. The important is cracking the interview, and that is something you have to prepare well on that. If you are prepared well, then I'm sure you will be able to get a job. And getting a job is just easy if you have all the technical skills, all the things that you can crack an interview. That's what I would say. Application is something an important thing. You have to do lot many applications to get a call. It's like almost if you apply for 100 or actually 500 600 applications, then you may get a call response from 5 or 10 companies, and from those 5 to 10 companies you need to convert them into, like, there are multiple rounds into that, and then how many get converted to the offer is something like depends, one or two. So the ratio, or like the conversion ratio is very less. So you need to be very much potential, have that and all the skills so that you can crack all those interviews and get an offer as much as possible, so that you can get get a decision. You can make a decision on your own if you want to join or not to join. So that's what I would say. For this, I can make I've already said that before. I am already making a different video on how you guys should prepare and should avoid the mistakes that I did, that will benefit you during the internship as well as during your full-time jobs. Hello guys, so that was a gap a little bit in my recording because my phone got turned off in the last recording, battery drainage, and just I charged up and recording again. I was covering the last question by Pranjal Shukla, and the last question is what should I prepare before coming to States, and that's a really good question. Before coming to States, so first of all is like whatever the course that you're going to take, and and if you have decided which university that you're going to take an admission in, so just check the subject, what they are offering for that semester, or actually that's next semester, or whatever subject that you're going to take actually, and brush up your basic skill from your undergrad, whatever the subjects that you have already taken. So that will help you to match up with the study, whatever the professors will be teaching you over here. That will help you. First of all, just brush up your skills on those subjects that you have already done in your undergrad, and if you're going to take any advanced course subject in that same course, and just brush up your skills in that. Second is that I would say Python and C is two basic languages that usually professors take over here, and professors prefer in their assignments. So whenever they give assignments, they choose one of the language. Usually prefer, most of the universities professor, they prefer Go, or they prefer Python, or they prefer C. These are the three languages. I have heard most of Python and C. Mostly in operating system they prefer C language. So if any of you guys are taking operating system course, then I would suggest you to clear your basic skills, basic understanding of C or C++, because that would be something is really expected if all those computer science guys, and if any of them from MIS guys. Some of the universities use C programming or C++ programming. But if you're taking an operating system course in your master's degree, then I'm sure that you will be facing C programming in your language in your assignments. So that would be a good idea to brush up your skills in C, and then C++. And Python is also a language that is usually preferred by most of the professors, even in MIS as well as for the CS guys. If they take courses like data science or machine learning or AI subjects, if any of these subjects if you are thinking to take, then mostly you'll see that your assignments are made for Python. So you need to do in Python language. So if you're for those courses, if you're going to take these subjects, then I would suggest you to go and do your Python basics. At least you should cover your basics, understand how does PyCharm work, understand how notebook works. Then these are the things that you would need it over here. So it is better that if you are ready and prepared beforehand, then it would be it will bolster your understanding in those subjects during the classes. So finally, we have covered most of the questions, actually all the questions. There are a few questions that I also was expecting, but I didn't see them. As I said that before in the beginning of the video, that I will be putting up a new video on which I'll be covering how you should prepare yourself, what are the things that I did, and I feel like those were mistakes, and if I wouldn't have done that, if I would have known before that how should I do, then I'm sure I wouldn't have made those mistakes. So I wanted to share those mistakes that I did, and that was fallback, I would say. I will share that in the next video, and then you guys can benefit with that. You can avoid those mistakes and can make your journey more fruitful. So let's wind up with this. It was really great making this my first video, and I know I was really nervous, and I'm really still nervous, and if I might be like somewhere I lost my track, then I'm really sorry. I'll try to make more good quality video the next time, and yes, subscribe to the channel if you like this, and also share this video to your friends. There might be the cases, or in your WhatsApp group or somewhere there, because there might be the cases that there are some of the similar questions other guys might be feeling, or might be having same kind of thought process, having same kind of questions, confusion. Then there might be, they can also see and get benefited. Also, if you guys have any specific question that you feel like, and please, I am from UMBC, you can ask me questions from the UMBC universities. I can ask you, actually I can tell you. But if any other universities, then I can connect you guys. I can bring you guys to have a video session, or any meeting session where I can get my friend, because I have a few of my friends who are from different universities, and right now they're all working right now, so they can also give you a good idea. So if you have any specific to the university questions, just like the one girl Shweta asked about the ASU. Similarly, if you have any, just post into that comment, and I will try to find if any of my friends are from that university, and I will I will actually put up a Google form again, and then ask you guys to put up these all questions, and then I'll discuss this with the person, with the friend, and then we can have a meeting session or live session with that, depending upon how the schedule works. So yes, if you guys feel like, if you have any other question, put it down in the comment. I will surely try to respond back on that comment. And also I will cover the about me, what were the mistakes, and then how did I prepare, and what are the things that you guys should be prepared and ready for it. I will discuss those things in my next video. So yep, that's it. Adios, thank you, bye bye.